This is part two, as we were just saying. Are you touching and not trusting? We've seen it. People tote around, walk around with the book in their hand, go to church every Sunday, do this and do that. But are you trusting? Are you touching but not trusting? Now, here's the thing about both of these two individuals who there were a lot of people around, okay? But only two of them who were actually about to catch the healing. And there's one thing that they have in common. Two things they have in common. No, three things they have in common. No, four things they have in common. See, the things that they have in common are the same things. They both trusted. They both fell at his feet. And they both used their mouth. The first one ran up and fell down at his feet and said, hey, come to my house. My daughter's sick and I know that you can heal her. He ran, made action, fell down, told him with his mouth, I trust you. I know you can heal my daughter. Told him to his face. Now she didn't talk to him. She said within herself, if I can just get to him, I know I'll be healed. Whew. So now let's go to Luke. Out of the mouth of two or three witnesses, let every word be established. Hallelujah. Now let's go to Luke. I know this phone is going dark and getting dark. That's because the sun is going down and Shabbat is approaching. Hallelujah. Luke chapter 8, verse 40. When Yeshua got back, the crowd welcomed him, for they all were expecting him. Then there came a man, Yair, who was the president of the synagogue. Falling at Yeshua's feet, he pleaded with him to come to his house, for he had an only daughter, about 12 years old, and she was dying. Now look at this. There was a daughter that was 12 years old. There was a woman who had the hemorrhage of blood for 12 years. How many tribes? That's another lesson. Just something to pray on, think about. These things are real. Yet we are under a greater covenant. Partition is torn. One body, many members, that body of Yeshua. Hallelujah. Then there came a man named Yair who was president of the synagogue. Falling at Yeshua's feet, he pleaded with him to come to his house, for he had one only daughter, about 12 years old, and she was dying. That old 12, that old covenant, dying. As he went with the crowds on every side, virtually now keep in mind. Okay, Father. As he went with the crowds on every side, virtually choking him. See, there's so many people around him touching him, they choking him. They choking the word. Now, there's another place that says that though there are many people who work. Thank you. There are many people who they worship me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. They teach man-made rules as if they were doctrine, choking out the truth. Those who have ears hear. As he went with the crowds on every side, virtually choking him, a woman who had a hemorrhage of blood for 12 years and could not be healed by anybody, came up behind him and touched the fringes on his robe. Instantly, her hemorrhaging stopped. Yeshua asked, who touched me? When they all denied doing it, Kaifa, Peter said, right, I love Peter. he's so beastie sometimes. When they all denied doing it, Kaifa, Peter said, Rabbi, the crowds are hemming in and jostling you. But Yeshua said, I know that. I can feel them touching me. But no, one of them touched me and got something. One of them touched me and got something from me. Because why? This is what he says. This is in Luke recollection. Rabbi, the crowds are hemming in on you and jostling you on every side. But Yeshua said, someone did touch me because I felt the power go out from me. All these people touching him. But one person got the power. I felt the power go out from me. Seeing she could not escape notice. The woman quaking with fear. Think about this. So everybody touching him, but ain't nobody really getting no power from him. They just flipping the pages, right? And everybody touching him, but ain't nobody getting no power. Then one person, he said, whoa, hold on. I felt some power leave from me and go somewhere. Somebody got it. Of course, he knew what was happening. Somebody got it. Okay? What does it say right here? And the woman could not notice. She noticed that she could not escape being noticed because now he's looking for her. Now, here's the thing about when you for real and your heart is true and you reach out to the Most High, you reach out to Yahweh Elohim and you get a touch, it's a wrap for you because now he noticed you. And you can't escape being noticed. Just if you real and you come from here to him and you get from him, he noticed his power going out from himself to you, and you will not be able to escape him. Trust me, I know what it's like trying to run away from him. Ain't no escaping him once he noticed you. Once you get chosen, once what was in him you partake in. Wanna why? Because some of him is in you. Therefore, he ain't even let himself go. That's why the scripture says that my own salvation brought. I reached out my own arm, and my own arm brought salvation back. I looked around the world, couldn't find nobody. The prophet said, Isaiah, I reached around the world, I looked around everywhere, and I couldn't find not a soul. I couldn't find no one. So therefore, my own arm brought me salvation. Okay, so it's him, it's himself that is in you that you done partook of, that he noticed. Like she said that, oh my God, I got some of him, and now I'm healed. I'm trying to hide. I'm trying to duck. But I can't even escape being noticed because some of him is in me. Those who have ears, hear. Someone did touch me because I felt power going out from me. Seeing she could not escape the notice, she was quaking with fear. She threw herself down before him and confessed in front of everybody why she had touched him. That's what we do. That's what we do. So those out there who getting online and who reaching out on the streets and before they family, before whoever, they're like, why you living this way? And you tell them, hey, this is why. This is what she did. She confessed in front of everyone why she had touched him and how she had been instantly healed. And he said to her, my daughter, your trust has saved you. Go in peace. Listen, all the people was touching. There were two of them in this situation that did some things, fell at his feet, worshipped, humbled themselves. And they both did another thing. The scripture said, death and life are in the power of the tongue. They both spoke. One spoke to him. Before he came to him, he probably said to himself, I got to